Good day. In this video, we will be discussing majority rules, plurality, and the Condorcet method. First, we have majority rules method. In the majority rules method, the candidate which receives the majority, more than 50% of first place votes, wins the elections. Consider the following preference table with 4 candidates and their corresponding votes. Based on the table, A is the winner. Having obtained majority first place votes, 10 to 17, it is a good method of voting but only guarantees a winner if there are 2 candidates and an odd number of voters. If there are more than 2 candidates, it is possible that none of the candidates receives a majority, and thus no winner can be determined by majority rules. Note method versus criterion, majority criterion. If a candidate receives a majority of first place votes, that candidate should win the election. For majority rules method, the candidate which receives the majority of first place votes wins the election. It must be noted that the majority rules method guarantees that the process satisfies the majority criterion. Moving on to plurality method. In the plurality method, whoever receives the most first place votes is declared the winner. This is by far the simplest and most widely used voting method. It may require a tiebreaker though. Suppose there are 4 candidates A, B, C, and D, and the following preference table. Based on the table, A has 14 first place votes, B has 4 first place votes, and C has 11 first place votes, and D has 8 first place votes. Wins using plurality. Voting systems that make use of the plurality method include barangay, local, and national elections in the Philippines. However, voters simply choose candidates without ranking them. Plurality means more votes than any other candidate, whereas majority means more than 50% of the votes. These terms do not mean the same thing. Every majority is a plurality. That is, the plurality method satisfies the majority criterion. However, not every plurality is a majority. Note plurality versus majority. Plurality winner, candidate with more first place votes than any other. Majority winner, candidate with more than 50% of the first place votes. Plurality, the most votes, and majority, most of the votes. Lastly, we have the Condorcet method. In the Condorcet method, popularized in the 18th century by the Marquis de Condorcet, a candidate is a winner when he or she, on the basis of the ballots cast, defeats every other candidate in one-on-one contests using the majority rule. In fact, if there are only 2 candidates, the Condorcet method is exactly the same as the majority rules method. Suppose 4 candidates, A, B, C, and D, ran for elections and the following preference table was generated. B is the winner in this election if the Condorcet method is used. Check the one-on-one scores. First, we have B versus A. B is over A on 5 plus 3 equals 8 of the ballots, while A is over B on 6 plus 1 equals 7 of the ballots. Thus, B defeats A by a score of 8 to 7. Next, we have B versus C. B is over C on 6 plus 5 plus 3 equals 14 of the ballots, while C is over B on 1 of the ballots. Thus, B defeats C by a score of 14 to 1. B versus D. B is over D on 6 plus 5 plus 1 equals 12 of the ballots, while D is over B on 1 of the ballots. Thus, B defeats D by a score of 12 to 1. This shows that B is the winner using the Condorcet method. However, like majority rules, this method may not produce a winner when there are more than two candidates. This is called the Condorcet voting paradox. And that is all we have for this video. Thank you for watching.